So I have a new woods bike. Not actually new, of course, because that's not how I roll. But there it is. Let's take a closer look at it. This is a big reason that I haven't been expending much time and effort and money into my other bikes lately. So I just bought this one, got it pretty cheap, and kind of unusual, but I bought it actually complete instead of building it from the frame up like I do most of my bikes. But it wasn't running. Didn't take much to get it running. Had to take the tank off, flush it out, take the carb apart, clean it, put it back together, and so on. Had to put a new front tire on it. So this is a Yamaha TW200, the little fat tire bike. It actually had a good tire on the back already, so I didn't have to buy a new tire. But I did have to buy a new front one. That's a 180 80 by 14 on the rear, and the front is a Kenda K270 in 5.10 by 18. Pretty good tire. I sprayed a little bit of OD green paint on it today. And yes, Chris, this is another bike that needs a seat cover. I'll probably for now just put one of those 1995 Walmart Coleman, whatever, I think it's Coleman, seat pads on it. It'll cover it and make it better to ride. It leaks out the base gasket, so the oil is kind of self-changing. So, like I said though, I took the tank off, and man, this thing was ugly, by the way. I had to, it was actually painted with roof coating, some of that silver roof coating with asphalt in it, so I had to put paint stripper on that. And it had been stolen and then recovered by the owner, the previous owner. So it's had the lock dug out on the gas cap, and had a leak in the tank, and a few other little problems. I had to adjust the cam chain. It didn't seem to have ever been adjusted before. And unlike the Hondas are self-adjusting, but this is manual adjusting. But it's a pretty good bike. Even with these fat tires kind of aired down, it gets 60 miles per gallon, and it goes pretty much anywhere. This is a 1987, which is the first year of the TW200, and the electrics are different on this one. The ignition electrics, actually the other electrics are too. The charge stator is different. The ignition stator is different, and the CDI is different, and they're 1 year only items. So for that reason, 87s tend to sell quite a bit cheaper than most other years. Now in 2001, they went from drum brakes to disc brakes, and they lost the kickstart, which is a bad thing. The reality is, of course, I mean, losing the kickstart is the bad thing. The reality is, although everybody assumes that the disc brakes would be better, they're really not. According to reports I've read, You really don't gain anything with the front disc brake. And in fact, I think the back disc brake was so disliked that Yamaha eventually went back to the drum brake in the rear. But the front disc, according to what I hear, is okay, but it's not really an upgrade. And I believe it, because I'll tell you what, this drum brake on the front will toss you over the handlebars if if you grab it too hard. It works extremely well. But I probably won't be doing a whole lot to this, but as far as customization and so on. But I'm probably just gonna do what needs to be done as it needs to be done, and just ride it on road and off. So expect to see a lot more of this bike.